19, and then I saw 21.
Oh, it's a clockwise. Is it
21?
Oh no, it's anti-clockwise. Yeah, anti-clockwise.
It just looks weird because of the 20 and 21 turn that dips in.
Have you chose spectator?
Yep.
Can you invite me?
Yep.
Done. Alright, we're ready. Let's do this. Oh, Music does it for us. How nice of him. So guys, welcome back. We are here in Abu Dhabi for the season finale. Although the Driver Championship has been wrapped up by Izzat, second Driver Championship here at OFR. Second place is still on, and the Team Championship battle is as little as 4 points currently. That's how close it is. A lot of hearts are going to be broken here today. Are you an Alpha fan? Are you a Racing Point fan? Are you a Red Bull fan? If so, we could see some major drama on track today. You've got Dr. Robot and Havoc here today. How you doing, Havoc?
I'm doing great, Robot. And you, last race season, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited. We got F1 2020 coming out next week. We've got the last race of the season here today. We've had an absolutely fantastic season. So much drama going on, no matter what part of the grid you're at. Possibly been our best season yet, wouldn't you say?
I think so. The return of Izzat definitely coming back with a championship win. I mean, just coming back into form, really. I think just what an amazing job he's done this season to come back after what happened last season with AJ. And AJ not being able to contend or, you know, defend his championship this season has made it an open door for anyone. Carter definitely one of those guys we thought was going to be into the mix, but Izzat just showing that veteran confidence and that veteran driving skill to finish with the championship.
Absolutely. AJ is back here today, though. He has finally got some internet. It seems to be pretty stable. He's not jumping around on track or anything like that. So he's already said he's going to get the F1 2020 game as well. So expect to see AJ fighting back to reclaim that champion of the world spot here at OFR next season. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, let's talk about this circuit. It's the Yas Marina circuit. It's lots of straights in the middle sector. It's very twisty in the final sector. Tyre wear, massive issue. What are the strategies looking like?
It's going to be a weird strategy today, I think, Robot. We're going to see a lot of different guys doing a lot of different things. The default strategy changes as well with what Jeff is putting out there. It depends on what you qualify on. It depends on how fast you were when you qualified, on what tire you qualified on. So I mean, we could see soft, medium, medium. We could see soft, medium, soft. We could see some guys go soft, soft, medium. It really depends on practice and what the guys have tested this week and what they have found works for them.
Absolutely. Is the hard tire a possibility here, or is it completely off the books?
I haven't seen any testing on the hard tire. I don't think it's going to be a possibility. I think it's more than the second and a half slower than both the soft and medium. So I don't think it's going to be an option, as Matt's actually is coming out on the hard set. But I don't think it's going to be an option at all. I mean, even if you're trying for a one-stop, I don't think it's one of those sets that's gonna compound out for a good strategy as far as Yas Marina goes.
I see. So, and we've got 28 laps around here as well. If they do start on the soft, we're looking at around, what, 8 or 9 laps at most out of these soft tyres?
That's about right, yeah. About 8 or 9 laps on the softs. And then if you're... go ahead.
And that would leave two medium stops left for the rest of the race, I suppose.
Yeah, about, I think it's somewhere around, what is it? It's not 14, it's somewhere around 11, something like that. But okay, the guys... Yeah. It's definitely what AOR has done. So doing some research through AOR, they definitely went on a 2-stop. So if those guys and esports, there's no way to do a 1-stop. I don't think. There's just no way to do it if you want to stay on pace. I mean, you can try the hards just to get out of that traffic and try to give yourself some clean air. But I don't think you're going to have the pace with the hards and a 1-stop to finish the race.
I see what you mean. So last time I believe we raced competitively around here, apart from the special events, was back in F1IR Season 2, I think, where we saw a pretty big battle go on between Lieke, Jan, Simon, and the then F1IR driver, League Racing Kevin, who has sadly left us. Simon was really quick around here. He is the first to set a lap. It's a 1:37. What do you expect the quali time to be around here?
It's going to get into the 1:35s easy. Is Leica puts in a 1:36.3. We're going to see...
Ooh, Santi!
1:35s. Who was that?
Santi with a 1:35.9 already. On a cold track, nonetheless, as well.
Yeah, cold track. So, I mean, like I said, we're going to see the mids. We're definitely going to see the mids on the soft. Oh. And here it is. AJ does a 1:35.4. He's going to prove me wrong. They're going to go faster. If he's doing a 1:35.4... at the very start of qualifying, we're going to see even lower. My predictions were mids, and AJ just smashed
it. He's back. His first race back after he DNF'd, I think, in Hungary, maybe. He's already gone fastest with a very decent time as well. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat that. I reckon we will see now somewhere around a 1:35.1 as Isaac goes 1:35.9 on the mediums. That's faster than Santi's time. If Isaac can do that on the mediums, what do you think he can do on the softs?
It's going to be a low 1:35. I mean, I don't think he's going to break into the 1:34s. Then we're talking about esport times, but I think it's definitely going to be low 1:35s now that the guys have proven me wrong. Yeah. D2 times is we're going to have a D2 race later today. We're going to see the high 1:35s. Maybe a couple guys get into the mids. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. AJ, way to go, man. Come in and get right back into the mix.
So, looking at the team standings and just talking about these close battles and why it's crucial that Alpha qualifies as high up as possible today. Alpha is currently leading the team standings with 198 points. And just 4 points down the road is the racing points of Izat and Tommy with 194 points. That's how close it is. Now, I don't think any of the other teams like Toro Rosso or Red Bull are going to even be able to challenge those top 2 spots, but it is going to be on today between Alpha and Racing Point. And looking at the Driver Championship 2, Izat secured it with 150 points. Second place is Shorty with 111. And again, 4 points below him is Stinson in that Red Bull with 107 points. Stinson battling Shorty today could allow Racing Point to actually take the team standings championship away from Alpha today. And that will be a huge upset because we know how many followers this Alpha team in Division 1 this season has. Who do you think is going to run away?
Consistent, right?
They have.
They've just been so consistent this season. Racing Point's issue is Tommy. Tommy has got to find some consistency somewhere. He was actually my pick at the beginning of the season to really improve, really show out. I mean, he's got an amazing teammate this season. But, I mean, Alpha's just been so consistent. They've actually outdriven Ferrari this season, which is huge, as we're going to see Vilcek miss the last race of the season, which is so disappointing. I wish he was here. Wish you were here, buddy. But yeah, they've been so consistent with both drivers finishing top 10, top 5 most of the races this season. The only thing that Racing Point is missing is just Tommy getting up there and gaining some consistency, gaining some confidence, and putting himself in that position to outscore Alfa Romeo.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, Vilcek, if you're watching, going to be good to see you racing in F1 2020. I'm sure you're going to be up there with the top 5, battling it out, as always, for the Drivers' Championship. So Lieka's going to be carrying Ferrari today, hoping to secure some points. Lieka is fast around here as well. Let's hope he can finally get some luck in that Italian car. More luck than I've had today in Austria, anyway. That would be much appreciated from Ferrari there. Max is already DNF'd. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he is out of the session. And we've still got AJ with the fastest time with the 1:35.4 at the moment. Now, chances of a safety car, when we raced the special event here, although we had a mix of D1, D2 and D3 drivers, we did see 2 safety cars in those 25% races, both times, I believe. So do you think the chances of safety car are going to be high here, bearing in mind they've only got 13 drivers on the grid today?
It just depends. I mean, if we're going to see one, we're definitely going to see it in Sector 1. I think that's actually what happened in Season 2 of F1 IR. It was when we had other drivers like Cotton Eye Joe, we had Bugged here, and it happened in Sector 1. It was right around Turn 2, I believe, where we had that big incident, and it brought out the safety cars. So that's definitely a spot to watch out for. Turn 3, Mini Spoon, where the cars are going flat out around that corner and getting ready for the stop down in Turn 5. That's another spot that the guys are going to have to get ready for. It's definitely a runoff as well. So some of the cars, if you miss your braking point, we're going to see them bypass 5 and 6 and go straight into 7 and pick up that time penalty. And then as they come down into Turn 8, that's another spot that we're going to have to watch out for. And then Sector 3, going through Hotel Section, Turn 17, 18, 19, definitely a spot where we're going to see something happen. Hopefully the guys can keep the safety car down to a minimum today. We don't normally see it, do we, Robot? We don't see a lot of safety cars at Yas Marina, so those are just some of the trouble areas I see happening tonight.
So I'm just riding on board with Shorty right now, who's just coming up to, he's actually started the second sector, sorry. He's finished the first back straight, coming through turns 8 and 9 right now. He's managed to get a pretty nice line through there, not taking too much curve, because it does tend to disrupt the car a lot when you ride that curve, especially with the low ride height around here. But here he comes around this kind of curve up to turn 11 as he comes into Sector 3 right now. You want to take as much curve as you can there, and you want to stay half on the throttle in gear 3 or 4 there, which he does. And now he goes through turn 14, takes a bit of outside curve there, and you need to be very careful around here. The key to getting this part of the track right at turns 15, 16 and 17 is getting the car as straight as possible as you're coming into 17 to avoid lockups and turn that in nice and early, just missing the apex there to get back on the throttle nice and early. He takes a nice amount of curb on the outside, doesn't invalidate, but he does go deep as he's going through turn 19 there. He's probably lost about half a second as he turns into turn 20. Look for the braking point when the curb starts here at 21. Coast around this final corner early on the throttle. And he crosses the line with a 1:35.9. That's not a bad time, but he's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to try and secure this P2, because Stinson on the medium tyre is already 5/10 quicker than him. Shorty's got a lot to do.
He does. He's got a lot to do. Scotty is actually got to come out and put a time in as well. He's got the mediums fitted right now. The car's still in the garage. I don't know if they're going to come out on the mediums or the softs. We'll have to see what he does. I mean, so far, Izat is the only one that's done a time on the mediums. He's P2 on the mediums with a 1:35.4, just 200ths behind AJ. So I am excited to see what Izat does. As Santu does a 1:35 flat.
Wow.
That's a huge time from Santi there. What an amazing time. He's got some carryover from Brazil, and I think he's a little aggravated, so he may have put a little bit of an extra practice session in this week, as it was almost stolen from him last week, Robot. Yeah, I mean, it was just in grass, and he just, I don't know, it was, when you lose it on the time card, it makes it so much more painful.
Absolutely. He finished, I think, 2.6 seconds, I think it was, ahead of Stinson. And he had a 3-second penalty, unfortunately, which left him 4/10 down the road. Huge upset But with times like that, he could be looking at a race win again here. Santi's one of these drivers that has been getting consistently faster every single race this season as AJ almost hits the wall there. I actually forgot that AJ and Santi were actually teammates here. Now, do we expect to see any drivers giving each other the tow round here, or is it just completely unheard of around Abu Dhabi?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the track is so long. I mean, it's only a 28-lap race, right? So that goes to show how long the track actually is. I believe I'll have to check back and see how long the track was, but that's why we've got not as many laps as the other circuits, because the track is so long. So if you do put that tow in, you're basically giving up a tire session in the end. It's so hard to give a tow and then restart and go over again. If you do give a tow, you're definitely not going to get it back from your teammate because it takes so long to reset and do it again, and that's where losing a tire session comes in.
I see. So everyone's in the pits right now, apart from Super Bounty, who is currently on an in-lap probably. I can't quite see how much fuel he's got, unfortunately, but he's definitely not on a hot lap right now. He's only set at 1:37.1, which is not a great time at all. Rubs is a driver that doesn't race without a racing line usually, but he is subbing for D1 today because a few of the drivers, of course, can't make it because of the amazing weather throughout Europe and the easing of lockdown restrictions. But they're all going to be here next season, and we're going to see full races next season as well. So really looking forward to that. While we are waiting for these drivers to come out on track, let's talk about next season. I won't talk too much about teams and things like that, but what kind of car are you looking to drive next season? What manufacturer will it be?
I mean, it all depends. Yeah, I mean, the game's not come out. So, I mean, we've got some streamers that have had early access to the game. They kind of know what car acts differently than the other cars. I mean, on an equal playing field, they're supposed to be about the same, but it's all about the little things. I mean, once you get into this level of play, it's about the little things. The wheelbase. The wheelbase is huge. Understeer, oversteer. Yeah. Pit strategy definitely comes into it. I want to see. I would love to be maybe back in the Alpha. I don't know. The AlphaTauri looks like a mighty fine looking car. I don't know, and it's got that pit strategy, so the AlphaTauri might be the way to go with the new livery change. Yeah. The stop where it's at in the pits is EZAT's coming around. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's either going to be back in Alpha. It depends on how the game has changed from 2019 to 2020 and how the cars react in the new game.
Absolutely. Looking at the actual F1 2020 manufacturer rankings, Ferrari was actually around the top, wasn't it? Outscoring Mercedes by a decimal, I think. And looking at their performance today in Austria, in real life, of course, they are completely off the pace. I wonder if they're going to do an update before the game's released to slow down Ferrari in realistic mode.
It was a heartbreaking qualifying session. I mean, you've got Sebastian with all that's going on there. Charles, I'm not sure what's going on with Charles, if that's, related to the car and not so much what he's going to have to deal with when Carlos Sainz comes into the picture, because Carlos is definitely not. I mean, Carlos understands he's the second driver. He understands that much, but if he has the chance, you can believe that Carlos is going to put on a show at Ferrari. I mean, it's been the guy's dream, right? So, and he was so excited just to get back in the car today. You could hear the enthusiasm in practice yesterday. And it's just going to be, I don't know, I mean, it kind of makes you love your job when you're one of these F1 drivers to come back and do what you love to do.
Absolutely. I think if I have to choose, I'd probably go with the Alpha Romeo. Not the Tauri, but I'd also like the Mercedes, but I think that's going to be taken quite quickly because of the amazing new livery. The car choices will obviously be set to equal next season, so the performance is not going to play a big factor, but we do know there are some small differences between those cars. Some cars are better at downforce, some have better at outright top speed and so on, but they are roughly balanced pretty quickly. Now, we are down to the last 2 minutes, so everyone will be on their out lap, if not their final lap right now. Looking to see who's ahead of the pack. It looks like a Red Bull. It looks like that could be Stinson. It is Stinson. Also, we've actually got his teammate, Rubs, who's subbing for Pitch Black right now, on a hot lap right now. So we're right on board with Rubs as he comes through turn 1. You want to you don't want to brake late or early for that corner. You want to get it bang on in the middle, just so you can get on that throttle nice and early, but not get too much oversteer. Here he comes around this really long turn 3 and 4, coming into turn 5 and 6, where you want to do your braking and downshifting through this entire corner down to second or even first, as we saw Rubs do there. And he turns now into the hairpin at turn 7, where you want to get on the throttle as early as possible, because we have a huge straight ahead of us, which if you do get on the throttle too late, you will lose around half a second. We've calculated in practice this week. He is coming down, though his DRS is wide open, his ERS is set to overtake. He's just about discharged half of his available ERS. He needs to be careful there. You don't want to leave it in overtake this entire lap.
Oh my gosh, Robot. Santi just did a 134.9.
Oh,
Santi comes across, does a 135, or yeah, he did a 134.9. Lika comes in with a 135.3.
Wow.
Amazing qualifying session from Lika today. Just an amazing set. But Santi, 134.9.
Yeah, AJ's just abandoned his lap 2 after invalidating. I think he's only managed to set a 134.4, so Santu currently is the man to beat. I'm just going to see who's going to be able to beat him. I'm looking at Stinson right now. Let me just see what his sector 2 time is. He's just coming around the second back straight right now. DRS flicked open just there. I'll keep an eye on the leaderboard, but just, yeah, again, let me know if anything happens. Stinson sticking to the inside here. He's going around turn 10, trying to reduce that track distance. His time is 4 tenths up on his time. He's going to, once again, disrupt Santi's pole. Disrupt Santi's first place, the great disturber that is Stinson. Let's see if he can do it. He's coming through this difficult part of the track now at 15 and 16, where you need to get that car straightened up as early as possible so you can brake in a straight line and avoid locking up. He turns into turn 17, nice. He doesn't brake as he's going through 18, something I learned from him just this week. And he lifts slightly again as he's going through turn 19, run up back straight now up to turn 20. He turns in nice and early. He's nice and early on the throttle as well. He was almost full throttle before he'd actually straightened his car out. Comes around the final corner, and he's going to cross the line in first place. Oh my god, a 134.2.
Oh, what a time!
Oh no.
How's he done it? Ezat's coming around as well, Robot. I don't know if Ezat's got anything for him at a 134.2.
That's I don't even know what to say.
It's moving. I don't know how they've done it.
A 134.2. Ezat did the special event this week in realistic cars in the Williams. He was against D1 drivers and he still qualified pole and went on to win the race. This guy is out of this world, and he is also on controller. I don't know how he does it. Can Ezat? No, Ezat's got a bit of oversteer.
Oh no,
second. He's at second. He's on a 134.
Oh no, he might have had it. Without the tail coming out, he may have had it.
Oh no! What? Let's see Super Bounty. He's still. Oh, he's gone deep. Super Bounty's abandoning the lap. He's going to finish in 10th place behind his teammate Simon.
Oh, without a wing as well. The whole wing is gone on Super Bounty's car.
Super Bounty only on 137.1 as well. That's not a great time from him. But Stinson a 134.2. No idea. Absolutely no idea.
It's just mind-blowing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss of words as well. I mean, it's just, that's an insane lap around Yas Marina. I don't think that AOR was pushing 134.2s in their qualifying session.
Track temperature is currently 32 degrees, so it's not even that warm. Usually,
no, it's all rubber. I mean, that's all tire down on the track, and that's all he had to go off of. That's basically a bang-on lap. He didn't get a foot wrong. He didn't get a gear shift wrong. He got his ERS and fuel just spot on. I mean, that's a perfect lap around Abu Dhabi.
134.2. Congratulations.
I mean, he's 2 tenths up. He's now. It's hard to say where Ezat would have been if he wouldn't have gotten so squirrely at the last turn there. But I mean, you got to think that Ezat would have been just as close, if not P1, and then Santi down 7 tenths behind the two. I don't know. I mean, it's just, that's a mind-boggling qualifying time.
Absolutely. So we've got 28 laps ahead of us right now. We're going to be racing at night. It's again one of these races where whenever we race it in IR or OFR, there's always stuff to watch on track. You wouldn't really expect that from a track like this, but because of these two long straights at the back, both DRS zones where you can overtake and get overtaken, there's always action. It's pretty hard to follow through Sector 3, but not so hard that you lose time. And by the time you get to Sector 2 and you're going through the hairpin at 7, you've caught back up again, and we will see overtakes again. Now, we believe chances of an overtake are pretty of a safety car are pretty low, but let's wait and see what happens into turn 1. We could see one nice and early, and that will bring the strategies into account here. But we're looking at a 2-stop, I believe, from these drivers out in front. Most people are qualifying on the soft tyres there. Matt's doing his time on the hards. Let's see if he can bring anything into the strategy there.
5.5 kilometers, Robot, these guys are doing per lap. So, I mean, a little bit over a mile, one of the longest tracks in the season. It's definitely a marathon. The guys have got to stay on point the whole time. Just, I don't know. It's one of those tracks you've got to be on point if you want to be near the top. You have to stay on point the whole time. There's no room for error, and there's no room to take a break. You're constantly changing ERS. You're constantly changing fuel. And it's one of those things that the D2 guys are going to have to pay attention to. I mean, if you can pick up anything from these guys in D1, it's your ERS and fuel change. They're constantly messing with it. They're always trying to get the most out of the car that they can per lap.
You're right. We've just got notification as well that, well, surprise, surprise, it's going to be a completely dry race as well as the dry quali that we just had, which means D2 is probably out of luck. It has raced once here. In our entire F1IR OFR career. There was a special event where it rained in the second half of the race when it was set to dynamic weather. So although it's not going to happen in D1, we could see it in D2 where we're going to see a lot fuller grid as well. There's going to be 19 drivers in D2 where Lika and BJ Robert are going to be commentating there, so make sure you tune in for that. But we are just 5 seconds away from our formation lap where we're going to see these drivers get to grip. So just to go over the results again, just to remind you guys what battles are going on. We've got Shorty and Stinson in the driver championship fighting for P2, just 4 points apart. Shorty on 111 points, Stinson on 107. Closest guy who's racing behind them is Scotty, who's also in the Alpha, and that brings into question the team standings. Alpha is currently 4 points ahead of Racing Point, so in the Alpha it's Shorty and Scotty, and the Racing Point is Izat and Tommy. Separated by 4 points, that's 198 to 194. Red Bull, which is Stinson, and currently Rubs, are only on 112 points, so they can't fight for that P2, but they could fight for P3. None of the Toro Rosso drivers are racing here today, and they are only 32 points behind Toro Rosso, so they will need, both of them will need a pretty high finish, a first and second or a first and third, to be able to claim that with the fastest lap maybe, but it doesn't seem possible. Rubs doesn't usually race without the racing line, so he is finding this pretty difficult. He is going to be racing in D2 next as well, so lots of battles on track today. If I could choose anyone to win the race, I think I'm just going to go with Stinson. I think he's going to run away with it. He's always the guy that gets the strategy right. He rarely makes a mistake. We've seen one in Hungary, one in Mexico this season, but that's it. He's done lots of practice around here. He won the special event in Abu Dhabi this week. Who are you choosing to win this race? Who do you reckon it's going to be?
I'm taking Santi.
Ooh.
Robot. I gotta take him. He's found consistency and he's found confidence. He's got that confidence that he needs to push in, and I think he's got it. I think he's going to go into the last race of the season and bring one home. I mean, he's been working and working and working, and it's been just so gratifying to see how he's come along in the season. I'm taking him. I'm going to take him. But the other one that I'm looking out for, Lika. Lika needs a good finish this last race to go into the next season. Yeah. Not only the next season, but the next game, 2020. And I just hope that Ferrari can come home with, some sort of door prize just to say, hey, we know you've had some bad luck this year, but here you go. I mean, the hard work's going to pay off, and this is going to be it.
Yeah, Izat's dropped back a little bit from the back of Stinson. You can see how far ahead Stinson is and how slow he's driving. I just want to say as well, AJ, he's not raced in a very long time, of course, because of his internet connectivity issues, but he is back, and he could upset a lot of drivers here, even his teammate Santi. He might finish ahead. We know AJ has outright race pace, we know that for sure. His qualies were the best until... Oh, Izat's just jumped back to the start there, not sure what happened there. He must have got hit from behind. Yep, Santi's there as well, so Santi must have hit the back of Izat.
Santi and AJ there.
Oh, AJ as well. Let's hope the tyres are still warm enough.
So it did happen towards the end, so I think they're still going to have an all right tire attempt for the start here. As they come into the line, Robot, the last car pulling into the slide. Here we go. Last race of the season at Abu Dhabi. I'm going to give it to you for the start.
Right, we're looking at the lights now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights for the final race of the season in Division 1, and we are away. Now, it looks like Stinson got a pretty equal start to Izat right now. Stinson's keeping to the right-hand side of the track. Izat is not going to look down the inside. We've got 3 wide, we've got 2 Williams and a Ferrari. We've got the Williams contacting each other, but the Ferrari coming out unscathed finally. He's now looking down the inside, but he is behind the Williams. We saw Jan spin here in F1IR Season 2.
Oh no, Mike is around!
Oh no,
Mike is around, Robot!
He's around.
Simon is around as well!
Oh no. Leaker's back on track. It doesn't look like he's got any wing damage. It looks like Simon may have some front wing damage, actually. We've got only a double yellow flag being waved. It doesn't look like no safety car. No safety car. We are back to racing. Unlucky for the Ferrari, but there are 28 laps to go. He can still pull this back. Let's hope he can keep with it. Stinson has already pulled out a pretty hefty gap from Izat. You can see that there from the onboard. And AJ is moving to third place, taking his teammate Santi, moving up to third. 2 positions he jumped there. 1 was Leaker and 1 was Santi, I believe. Now, Stinson's cut a little bit of a corner there. VR's asking if Leaker was still doing donuts. Unfortunately not. I think he just got a little bit too heavy on the throttle as they were going around turn 3. Possibly a similar move that we saw to Jan. You can see how much the toe worked here as well. Now, is there anything going on in the rear of the field?
Not too much, Robot. We got Super Bounty and Scotty going at it. I mean, these guys have been side by side the whole second sector. Here they come into Sector 3, still going at it. Super Bounty's not letting off. And then Matt's, one of the return drivers in the D1, a little bit of a break, I think a holiday, and now he's back, but, you know, starting a little bit further back. I think he was last, he didn't put a time in, but now he's up to about P10 after the incident with Lika and Simon. Rubs in P11. It looks like he's still having a little bit of an issue trying to get used to the racing line as Izat and AJ and Santi all trading places again.
Yeah, Stinson's already set a 1:42.1. That's only 3 seconds off the fastest lap in real life, so that's going to get broken pretty early on this race, bearing in mind they've got full fuel. Santi's not letting his teammate AJ get away though. He's only 6 tenths behind. AJ's only 4 tenths behind Izat too. And Leaker has already made a move to reclaim 11th place. He's now got Mats ahead of him, about a second down the road in the Mercedes there. Tommy picks up a penalty already. I completely forgot to mention this. Our track limit's going to be a problem here. Are we going to see drivers get lots of penalties?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I mean, this is one of those tracks where you're on the curbs all the time, especially in Sector 2, Sector 3, about the end of Sector 2. When they come around, I think it's about 16, 17, 18. When you come around 18 and 19, you're definitely on the curbs. When you get to 2021, it's not really an issue, but I think it is. I think we're going to see some issues with it. Not as many as last week, but we are going to see a little bit of an issue this week.
Absolutely. So I think Leaker did spin at turn 3. It's a really tricky part of the track, actually, similar to what happened to Jan. Tyres are super cool as you're going around. The right tyres are so cool that they just completely lose grip. It causes the rear to lose itself, and you spin out and possibly collide with a wall. Leaker is hopefully going to make an amazing comeback there. You can see now he's only 3 tenths behind Mats. He's gained 4 tenths on him in just the first and second sector here, so expect a comeback soon. You can tell how much he's fighting here. He wants to end this season on a high, and if he can go from last to anywhere in the points, I'm sure he is going to be happy, as Stinson already picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Is that his second one, Robot?
I'm not sure. You'll have to check in the penalties. I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to jump to it just yet because AJ is right behind Izat and Santi's right behind AJ again. We've got battle going on for second place already. AJ is back up to battling with his fresh internet. It's so nice to see he's not teleporting on track, and he is getting the racing done. Good job there, AJ. Good to have you back.
And Lika puts in the fastest lap of the race in the first stint with a 140.4. He's moving, Robot. He's trying to get back so quick. And he does. He gets the pass on Mats.
Could he do anything with strategy here to help his chances of winning this race?
I don't think so. He's already up here. The tire wear is just so bad. There's not a lot of room to mess with it and do anything different. I mean, I could be wrong. The guys have proven me wrong with the qualifying time. So we could definitely see Lika do something different. I don't know what he could do different. Maybe an extra little bit of a, run on the mediums and try to get back to the softs. But that's the only thing. It all depends on how long he can let the mediums last.
So let me just quickly switch to the tyre view just to see who's picked. Because I know one person pitted out. It was just Simon. So everyone, apart from Rubs and Simon, are on soft tyres right now. The other two being on the mediums, of course. We're looking at around lap 8 for them to come in, lap 8, 9. After that, it will probably be 2 medium stops. Now, the only person that I think could do something different is Stinson. He's always wanted to do a different strategy from everyone else. Sometimes he even pits just for the sake of it because he's so far ahead. Let's see if he can do anything, and let's see if anyone can mimic what he's doing. But right now, we can see a huge train for second place. Izat, AJ, and Santi are still battling. They're within 1 second of each other as well, separated by just 0.3 and 0.5.
Now, Stinson's trying to break the DRS zone, right? So when DRS comes on, we're going to see these guys. We're either going to see these guys catch up, or we're going to see them drop further back. It all depends on how much or how good of a mood they are in, and if they want to stay in line and try to catch up with Stinson. Because Stinson being by himself is not going to have an open wing anywhere in the future if, you know, he's that far up. And he's 2.8 seconds up right now. It did climb. I did see him get up into about the 3s, but the guys are starting to catch back up now. But we'll have to see what the DRS does, and if the guys can use it to their advantage to catch up to him.
Yeah, Max is about to make a move on Tommy as well. I'm just looking at him as they got DRS. Both of them got the DRS open. Max going side by side. He's looking to get around the outside as they go through turn 8, 9, and 10. But it looks like Tommy just edged them out slightly and squeezed them off the road there. All fair, of course, but Max is going to have DRS again. Tommy doesn't have it this time. Max has opened his DRS, but I think Tommy's just a little bit too far ahead. Max could go for the dive bomb here, but it is really tricky to break off the racing line here because there's so many marbles on the road. He tucks in behind. Tommy goes a little bit deep. Tommy cuts the corner, and surely no penalty for Tommy. Don't know how he managed to pull that off, but he just went straight across that second chicane there.
Oh, and Leica dropping again. Is that Leica or is that Bounty?
That's Leica battling with Bounty. Leica's moved up to 9th place, so Leica got the overtake done on him.
Yeah, he did, and then Bounty came back as
Bounty's
he's doing
now. He's on the inside and he's lifted. I think he's letting Leica get that position back. I'm not sure if they came into contact. I did hear something when I was with Leica's on board. Maybe Bounty touched him. I'm not sure. But Leica up to 9th place. Good job there, Leica. Now, I'm just going to bring your attention...
Go. Simon coming around quite slow. He's just one of those bad starts, right? I mean, you just get a horrible start. Something happens. You know, Leica spinning could have had something to do with it, and then you got to change a wing. It puts you so far back, and then you're alone for the rest of the race, and you have to find a way to keep that.
We've got yellow. Is it Bounty? No, it's Tom. Oh, Tommy's off! Oh no! Now, you know, of course, that means that Racing Point could lose this fight as Leica comes up to the back of him now and overtakes him, as does Super
And here
Bounty.
comes Bounty.
Oh, I think Tommy's just squeezed him a bit there. Bounty cannot get the overtake done yet, but Bounty is going to be able to get the jump on him because Tommy's not going to be able to pull away from this corner because he's going to have overheated tyres. Let's see, and you can see it there, his rear is just tailing a little bit, and Bounty's going to get him. I think he's got him. Tommy does have DRS, but Bounty's got a bit of a speed advantage right now. Here they come up to turn 8. Bounty's going to look down the inside. Here he goes. Is he going to outbrake him? No, he's not. He's not. He's going to brake early. Tommy locks up, and there you go. His tyres have overheated too much, and he is spun at turn 8.
Is he around again?
Yeah, his tyres are just too hot. He needs to cool them down. He has turned his DRS all the way down. He's probably turned his fuel down too as Max picks up another penalty. But right now, AJ's just 5/10 behind Izat, and Santi's actually dropped back a bit. Santi is now over a second behind. He's lost the DRS. I think AJ's going to make a move on Izat right now, and if he does, that's going to affect Racing Point's chance at claiming this team standings, this team championship too. Let's see if AJ can get him. I'm riding on board with him right now. I'm surprised AJ's has such a long break. He's come straight back in, and he's already battling in the top 3. Got yellow in sector 3. Oh no, is that Rubbs? Rubbs and Tommy. Tommy spun again, and Rubbs has overtaken him. Tommy's round.
Tommy's got to cool these tires down. It's not the track that you can just come back and go right back into it. It's going to take a minute to cool these tires down. You cannot go right back onto the throttle immediately. You've got to cool them down.
He's coming in. I was going to say, his tires must be fried now.
Leica's in as well. Leica's in on 6. What's he going with? He's going to go with the mediums.
Okay. Interesting move there.
Tommy's coming in.
Wing. Tommy's in. Leica's still got the same wing, so is he going for... If he's going for an undercut, it's going to be a huge undercut. He's got about 2 laps to play with here. Is that a bit too early?
I think it's too early. Unless he's trying to just get into some clean air here. This could be what you were asking earlier, Robot. Is there anything he can do to kind of make up for what's going on? He's going to gain a little bit of time on the guys as they come out, but I don't think it's going to be enough that it's going to put him back up there with the lead pack of cars.
Yeah. He's currently in second, still has enough points to Oh no, we got moved by the Alphas! Sorry to interrupt myself again. Shotty moves down the inside. It turns... Oh no, what happened there? 11 and 12, they nearly came into contact with each other. I'm not sure if they're in a party together, they usually are, but they nearly lost themselves to team standings there. But Shorty's pulled away now. Now, 6th and 7th gets you, I believe, 8 and 6 points. That's only 14 points. Izat has currently got 18 points, so currently they're going to be tied if they stay the way they are right now. So it's not enough right now. One of these two drivers is going to have to move up another position to secure the team standings. Interesting battle right now. I did not expect Alpha to be outside of the top 5 here.
They're coming there, Robot. I think they're moving and they're on the move. Now, with Lika's pit on lap 6, that's going to put his medium somewhere around, I want to say 17, 18, and then another... he may be going soft, medium, soft, Robot.
But the 17, 18 laps on the medium stint... Oh, no, it will only be... Okay, I see what you mean. If he, if he can take those mediums to lap 20, he could do a soft, medium, soft, yeah. But again, one spin as we see AJ take second place from Izat down the back straight on the entry into turn 8. He's got him, and now we're going to see if his double DRS zone works for Izat. Can Izat now get DRS back and retake him? I think he's about to. He's so close behind. Less than
he's already close.
He's got his ERS set to overtake. Look at that speed advantage. It's like AJ's just standing still. He's got him already.
Yeah, AJ might not have got a good exit out of turn 8 there, or turn 9. He might not have got the best exit out, and that's what let Izat stay so close to him coming out of 9 and get that pass done before they came down.
You're right. You did see. I only caught the last part of that corner, but you did see him battling with counter.
But AJ's right there. AJ's not letting go.
Not at all. And I don't think he's going to be able to make a move for the next few corners. I think he's going to have to wait for the hairpin again. Now, one of them could come into the pits now, though. Let's see if any of them are going to. Izat goes wide, and Izat's going to the pits.
And they're both trying to come in. He pinches him on the way in.
Santi stayed out. Let's see if Santi can get the overcut to work here. But I suppose Santi had no choice. Because
he had no choice. They would have double stacked if he came in.
Stinton's in the pits as well. That's going to gift Santi first place for now. Let's see.
And he's going to come out in front of Izat. Izat's in. AJ's in. Izat's out. And he's out in front of AJ.
Yeah, Max came in as well, and Max is now pitted. He's come out behind AJ as well. Not too far behind Max either. So Max.
Now look at the Alphas, Robot. Look who stayed in, or look who stayed out, and look who came in. Scotty stayed out. Shorty came in. Santu stayed out. We'll have to see how this works out. Is the undercut better than the overcut?
Well, right now, Lika just set the fastest lap with a 1:39 on those medium tires, and let's not forget those medium tires are 2 laps old. So Lika's come out in 9th place. He's still come out behind the guys that were in the top 5, but we still have a few in front of him that haven't yet pitted that he was battling. Scotty is one, for example. Maximus has just overtaken Rubs there, and we're about to see whether or not Scotty and Santi can do the overcut. They should come in this lap. I am going to jump to Santi right now, and as Santi picks up a 3-second time penalty, another multiple warnings. That means he's abusing the track limits multiple times here. Let's see if he's going to come into the pits. He's just coming around 15 and 16 now. Everyone is actually struggling a fair bit with that two fast right-handers at 15 and 16, and then the tricky braking into turn 17. A lot of lockups there, and that's where you can see these drivers lose a lot of wear on their front tyres. Now, is Santu coming into the pits? He's not moving his car to the right. He is. He's moved in.
He is.
And he's in. So let's see where he comes out. Let's not forget, he was just behind AJ and Izat.
Scotty's coming in as well.
So Scotty's in.
And Stinson is coming around 20, I believe. Yes. Here he comes through 21.
And I'm going to ride on board with Santi just so we can hear him go through the tunnel, because we all know how much we love that echo with these Formula 1 cars. So Santi's pulled away.
It's going to be closer, but I don't think he's got enough for Izat. I don't know if he's going to get ahead of AJ as well.
No, he's not. AJ's already moved ahead by a fair bit. The overcut does not work. And look, he's getting challenged by Max now. Max has just come out right behind. The undercut definitely works here. The undercut definitely works.
Something to look out for the D2 guys. I mean, he's back a good bit. He's lost 2 seconds to AJ.
He has. Look how far back, and look how close Max is behind him as well. Max
and he's got DRS on him.
Yeah, Max is going to have his tyres all warmed up. Santi could be in trouble as they run up to turn 11 down that second back straight here. Oh, Max has gone a little bit deep into the corner. Let's see if he can pull it around. Oh, Santi's broke away a little bit. Santi's got a bit scruffy coming out, though. Max could get him here if he can get that DRS open early. No, I think Santi's just a bit too far ahead. They both have a penalty. Izat picks up another penalty. And AJ's dropped back 2.3 seconds from the back of Izat as well. Big pit stop fiasco here, you might say. Scotty picks up another penalty too. Shorty stayed ahead of Scotty, and he's pulled away 2.3 seconds ahead of him as well. So the undercut definitely works. There is no doubt about that.
Yep, it definitely worked. Now, Lika is a man on the move. He's almost there. He can see the cars in front. He can see that second pack of lead cars. Or it's actually, if you want to think about it the right way, it's the first pack of lead cars. He can see Scotty and Shorty. Now, these guys have had beef before, right? Ferrari and Alpha. We're going to have to see how easily Lika can get past these guys once he catches them. I think he is going to catch them, but see how easily he can get by them, as these two are the rivals this season, the Ferrari and Alpha teams.
So, I think he's going to be pretty quick. Now, I know Lika's on 4-lap old mediums compared to 2 and 1-lap old, so he is going to have to pit a little bit earlier unless he extends his stint as much as he can and switches to the soft at the end of this race. But he's not too far behind at the minute. You're right, he could catch them pretty soon, especially because both Shorty and Max are engaged in a battle right now with Santi looking for 4th place, and this could slow them down, especially in Sector 3 here, where Lika's going to get a bit of a delayed tow down these back straights, and that's going to help him close that gap.
Super Valley's out. Super Valley's out. Yeah, he's hit the wall.
Ooh, I've just saw it there. Let me see if I can see it from Simon's point of view. He's hit the wall as they're...
It looks like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think he's lost a wheel there. Very unfortunate. He's out. Well, not a great way to end the season, but he did have a good season. His first without any assists, racing in D1 for the first time as well. So well done. Solid performance all season from you, Superman, to finish in the point plenty of times and helped. Oh, there's a safety car. There's a safety car out as well. So who's coming into the pits? Who's going to be closest? It's Stinson. Let's see if Stinson comes in.
He had 6 seconds on Izat when the safety car came out. Izat's trying to close it up. He's at 4 now. AJ is 3 seconds behind.
He's not coming in. He's staying out. He's staying out. He stayed out.
He's on the mediums. I mean, this is what we were talking about earlier, Robot. What does the safety car do to the tire strategy? It's just, I don't know. I don't think any of the guys can come in right now on the mediums.
Correct. Everyone stayed out in the top 4. Everyone stayed out in the top 5, top 6, top 7. Everyone stayed out. Is Lika going to be the one to pit? No, Lika's staying out as well. And that
still a bit too early for Lika as well, I think. I think it would have wasted the tire. He's only on lap 11, so it would have added another stop to his race strategy if he would have came in. Now, Mats did come in.
He did, and that's going to help Tommy, but Tommy's pitted as well, so Tommy's not going to be able to gain a position on points to help them with the team standings here, but he will reclaim his 10th place unless Rubbs stays out. Rubbs is coming in as well, and Simon is bottom of the pack right now in 12th place. He'd probably want to pit as well. He's on 8-lap old mediums. He does. He comes into the pit, so everyone in the bottom 4 pitted. So
Rubbs actually didn't pit last stint. Robot, I don't think. I think he's on the starting set, and he's gonna go to the softs.
That's right.
He went medium to softs.
So he's definitely going to have to pit again. Expect the safety car to come in at lap 13, which means there's going to be 15 laps left. That's definitely outside of the softs duration that they can last. They're not going to be able to last there. He's going to have to pit again, probably for another set of soft tires, if he can.
Now everybody's caught up now, Robot. Yeah, so
they have. But
look who got the lucky dog. It's Lika. It's giving Lika a chance to catch up to the lead pack again. He's going to get a restart.
He is.
And he's going to get another go at it.
So the only thing I'm worried about is that everyone in front of him has younger tyres, and everyone behind him has younger tyres and better tyres as well. So Lika not pitting and staying out may have affected his final race position here, because he is going to have to pit again a lot earlier than these other guys, and maybe one more than the guys behind him. Mats and Tommy may not have to pit again. They could stretch these tyres 15 laps depending on how long the safety car stays out. So let's hope, let's have our fingers crossed for Lika in the Ferrari there, that he's done the right thing, but only time will tell. Bounty's joined the chat. He's saying he's so sad. Wide at turn 3. He's another victim of turn 3 there, where it's really easy to gain a little bit of oversteer on that banked turn and lose the rear. It looks like that caught him out there. Safety car still staying out, not coming in, so we're definitely going to see it for at least another lap. But I think that will be the last lap, so it looks like it's coming in at lap 12 because these guys are going to catch up very, very quickly. So let's just quickly switch to the stops just to show you what everyone's done. So everyone in the top 8 has done a 1-stop. Rubs is the only guy in the bottom 4 to do a 1-stop. The rest have done a 2-stop. Fastest lap is currently held by Stinson. He set a 1:38.8, so he's already broken the lap record, which was a 1:39.2, which was set by Hamilton last season. Stinson and Izat are the only ones actually to set a 1:38. The rest are in the 1:39s all the way up to a 1:42 by Rubs there. Rubs is going to be in D1 with YBN Steven, D2 champion next season. He's going to be racing, of course, with no assists, so it's going to be nice to see battles between that team and the likes of, for example, the Renaults, the McLarens of Super Bounty and Simon. It's going to be great battles down in the midfield, which is going to be great to look forward to. But we're going to find out if the safety car's coming in very soon. We've just got about 3 corners to go before we find out. Has Lika made a mistake? That's what the big question is right now.
Look who else has been able to benefit from the safety car here, Robot. Simon with that first lap incident with Lika.
Oh,
I think he ran into him and that's what broke the wing. But definitely benefited from the safety car. I mean, just a second chance given to some of these guys with the safety car coming out. Horrible for Super Bounty to lose out the way he did. I mean, the guys have done so well coming from D2 into D1 this season, but now, Simon's got that chance. He's going to have to buy Bounty some roses, I think, and say thank you for the safety car. Not the way he wanted it to go down, I'm sure, but it gave him a second chance.
Safety car is in. Safety car is in this lap. So that's going to leave, let's see, 16 laps. That is it. That is either 1 long medium stint or 2 short soft stints. Everyone will need to pit again, apart from Mats and Tommy, possibly. Stinson could get caught out here if he can't pull away quickly. We know Izat and AJ are both great with the restarts. We saw an amazing restart from AJ last season in Australia, where he saw him jump Castle, I think even before they got halfway down the straight. So we know AJ is definitely faster. Stinson is starting to slow this pack up a little bit. You can see he's allowing the safety car to pull away. So we have a restart on our hands, guys. Let's hope everyone keeps it clean into turn 1, and let's hope we don't see another safety car.
Look who's got the fresher tires in the top 5, Robot.
Santu. Look at that. So here we go. Oh, Stinson's pulled away. Stinson was a little bit cheeky there. He caught Izat napping. Here we go. So can AJ get it? AJ's a bit far behind as well. It looks like everyone was asleep there. Almost no position changes going into turn 1. None at all, actually. As everyone retains their position. Now, we have got a few closer drivers towards the back of the field. We'll quickly just jump to them to show you guys. We've got Rubs behind Tommy, Tommy behind Matt, Matt's behind Lika, Matt's very close behind Lika, and Lika very close behind Scotty and Shorty too. So, let's see what Lika can do. Lika's gone a little bit wide there, but he's earlier on the throttle than Matt, and he pulls away. He might get challenged by Tommy here. Let's see. So
he's making some time up, Robot. It's come down to about 4 tenths now. He gained a lot of time coming down the backstretch. He's got to stay close, though.
Sorry to interrupt you there. We've got Tommy trying to make a move on Mats as they go through turn 8 there. And, Matt's got a little bit scruffy on the exit. And although they've not got DRS, Tommy has a far better exit. And he could claim this 9th place from Mats. They're side by side as we see Rubs trying to join in on this battle. One of them could go down the inside. It's Matt down the inside. There's a little bit of contact between these two. Mats is getting squeezed. Tommy's now getting squeezed and he stayed behind. I don't know how they didn't come into contact there, but they did manage to keep it clean. Now you're right. I've jumped back up to Stinson. Izat is just 5 tenths behind. He's not letting Stinson get away. And AJ's not too far behind Izat either.
Santu not really being able to benefit from the newer tires. The guys have just got pace. I mean, I'm sure he loves to see his teammate back that he's been missing all season, but he's got him back. I think what he's going to do is it's going to allow him to pull him around the track and not fall asleep here. It's just, it's going to give him some pace, and it's going to let Santi keep up with the pack.
Absolutely. Now, the top 3 6-lap old mediums, if they stayed on these tyres, it would be 20 laps they would do, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, too long a stint. So when do you think the top 3 are going to come into the pits to switch for a medium or soft tyre?
I think you're on to something, Robot. And it might not even be... So if you're saying around 18, 19, I think Stinson's going to go to 20 and put softs on.
We know
Ezat might not be thinking the wrong either.
Just looking at Simon about to make an overtake on Rubs. He gets the overtake done actually as they are coming up to turn 8 right now. Good move by Simon there. He's managed to keep that position into turn 8 as well. And he's over a second ahead of Rubs now as well. Rubs has dropped back. Oh no, Rubs is going to get DRS if it's activated. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not been reactivated yet, so Rubs is going to suffer here down this second
Tommy and Matt's going at it as well, Robot. Tommy's going to make a move on Matt, and he's on the inside.
He's got him. Good job there, Tommy. What a move. No lockup whatsoever as well. He kept that very clean. And I'm going to jump back up to Shorty because, as we know, Alpha are going to be battling. They're currently on 8 and 6 points. That's 14. It's still not enough to secure the team championship right now. They need to gain some positions, and Shorty knows this, and he is pushing Max as hard as he possibly can now, hoping either Max will make a mistake or he'll be able to get the DRS as soon as it gets activated on lap 15. There we go. DRS is enabled, and Shorty is very, very close behind Max.
Lika fell behind a little bit, Robot. He's now 1.4 seconds behind Scotty. He needed to stay a little bit closer when DRS came out, or he's going to have to close the gap. Maybe break a little bit later before they get down in turn 4 or 5. But he's got to get into that DRS zone. He can't afford to let these guys take off and not be able to stay with them.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just looking at the tyres again. Lika's he's on 3 lap older tyres than Scotty. That could be why Lika's starting to drop back a little bit, because it is around now that they start to degrade a bit more and fall off a little bit quicker. Scotty's on 1 lap younger tyres, but he's not keeping up with Shorty, who's on 7 lap old tyres that much. So it looks like it could be around lap 9 that these start where you start to set slower and slower lap times. We might be able to see Shorty make a move on Maximus right now. He does have his DRS open. He's gaining on him. He could look down the inside as they get up to turn 11 here. It looks like he's going to do it as well. He's broke a little bit later. Max has closed the door slightly. There was a little bit of contact between tyre and tyre, but Max has stayed ahead for now, and there was no carbon fibre getting lost through that corner. That was definitely on the limits, but they kept it clean. And while they battle, Scotty's catching up to the back of his teammate too. Will we see team orders? We'll have to wait and see. As AJ closes Ezat down to 0.6 seconds as well. Let's jump to those two.
I'm just looking at the tires again, Robot. Definitely something that we're going to have to keep an eye out for is Ezat picks up a 3-second time penalty. The guys only have to do 2 extra laps on their tires to get to soft territory. Now, they could even come in, it could even just be 1 extra lap and then run the softs 1 extra lap. It depends on what they do. But if they come in 2 laps the way that we think the mediums are going to do, that puts them at coming in on lap 18 and then another medium stint for 10 more laps on the mediums to finish the race off. But all they have to do is run 2 extra laps and they could be on the softs at the end of the race.
That's true. They could do it. Shorty's now just less than half a second behind Max. He's going to get DRS again. This could be it. You can see he switched his DRS up to overtake as soon as he hits 7th gear. And we are now coming up to turn 8. He has got a speed advantage, but I think it might be just a little too late. You want to stay behind here and get the best run out of 9 that he possibly can. He's got a far better exit into 8, and he's far earlier on the throttle as he comes out of 9. This is it. This is Shorty's chance to secure his team championship. Let's see if he can do it. He's definitely got enough speed. He's moved to the outside. He's broke a little bit late when he's gone deep. He's going to have to cut the corner, and he may even pick up a penalty. He's come back onto the track, though, and his teammate Scotty has now claimed that position. That was a very risky move by Shorty there. He nearly came into contact with his teammate as he rejoined the track, but Scotty has moved up, and although they haven't lost any points, I think Shorty is a little bit quick around here, and this may dampen their chances of getting that team standings championship. I'm going to jump down to Matt because he is very close to the back of Tommy right now as well. Again, Tommy in the racing point who needs those points to help secure the team championship too. Let's see if he can do it.
Something's going on with Stinson here, Robot. Stinson losing tons of time to ease at. The interval was at 2, now it's at 1.1. It's been dropping. He's not using a lot of ERS. He may be building some ERS. I'm not sure, but he's got to keep an eye on the interval here.
Ooh,
he can't let Izat get into it.
Santi's left. Oh no, is that network issues? Yes, Santi has network issues. Let's hope AJ can invite him back. But this is gonna be a big, downer for the last race of the season for him. He did an absolutely amazing quali. Could have had a chance at winning this race. Let's hope he can get back as quick as possible and take control of his car again. We've got yellow in sector 2. It's a Red Bull. It's Rubs. Rubs has gone off the track. He's trying to. It looks like he's trying to heat his tyres up. Are they too cold? I'm not sure. But Santu's rejoined and he's going to be able to take his car back. But look, he's already lost 2 positions. Both Scotty and Maximus and Shorty now.
He's lost 3 spots. He's lost 3 spots.
Now that's great news for Scotty and Shorty because they now
Here comes Scotty, Robot. Scotty coming around the outside of Maximus there. They touch.
And Scotty's got him. Scotty's got him. And now
Max touches him, then he goes around.
That is good. Okay, again, great news for Alpha. Terrible news for Mercedes there as Max's teammate overtakes him as well. And here comes Simon to overtake him too. Max has not had a great season in terms of look and is getting even worse in this last race. We've got Luca
What's going on with like? Oh, he pitted. Okay.
Yeah, fresh mediums. It looks like he's going to the end on those mediums. 11 laps he'll need to take them, but expect him to make up a lot of places now. Everyone else is on +6 lap old tyres. This could be Luca's chance. We know the undercut works. Let's see if he can do it. Now I'm going to jump back up to the top because I want to see if Santi can get those positions back. Right now, both Scotty and Shorty are getting 22 points for the team, whereas Racing Point have, let's see, 18 plus 4, 22. Again, it is so close. They're on equal points again. That's enough for Alpha. Not enough. No, sorry, that's enough for Racing Point, not enough for Alpha. So, we're coming round to the straight now. We've got Shorty just 6 tenths behind his teammate. We could see Shorty overtake his teammate on the next straight. And we've got the Mercedes of Matt very close behind Tommy too. We're riding on board with Shorty right now. He needs to be within half a second, which he is, to take advantage of the DRS go in the next corner. He also needs to have a perfect entry to 8 and a perfect exit to 9, which he does have actually. No oversteer whatsoever. He manages to get through it, but you can see he's dropped back below half a second, above half a second, sorry. And that's not going to allow him to close enough on Scotty with that DRS. He did turn his ERS down there actually because he knew that he wouldn't be able to do it. But here they come through turns 10, 11 and 12.
AJ has caught Izat, Robot.
Oh, 1 second. Jumping to him now. He's very close behind. We know Izat has more penalties than AJ too. So he's going to be under pressure. And Stinson is still not that far ahead. Just 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if they come in for a pit here, Robot. They're on 10 lap old mediums. Stinson's not coming in.
Neither is Izat or AJ, and actually AJ had a really scruffy moment as he was going out of turn 19 there. He nearly lost the car due to a huge tank slapper. Are these tyres running out? Are they going to pit? We know the undercut works, and we know that they probably want to go onto the soft tyres at the end of the race, so someone could undercut right now and go onto the mediums, and they could probably get ahead. Will we see
That's what I was waiting for, Robot. I was waiting for somebody to make the move. It's going to be who comes in first. The guys are so close together. If they come in together, they're going to come out the same order. But if the kid does a 138.7, that's the new fastest lap from the Ferrari guy. But, I mean, if one of the guys decides to come in 1 lap earlier, you've got to think the other 2 are going to 12 laps. You've got to make that decision. Here comes AJ. AJ's going to come down the inside as they go into 8.
He's got him.
And he's got it done. It was a grand slam. It was easy.
But now we could see Izat reclaim that though. Oh, Izat cuts the corner. He doesn't pick up a penalty, but I'm sure he's getting warning after warning here. Izat is so close behind. AJ's just going to be a sitting duck here. As AJ moves to the right side of the track, Izat goes down the inside, far more speed. You can see him carrying into turn 11 there, and he gets the overtake done again. So AJ's going to have to wait here. He's going to have to wait another lap to be able to retake that position and possibly get it taken away from him immediately after.
Yeah, if I was thinking about it, Robot, I would be the one guy to come in and go ahead and try the undercut. It's the only way to try to make a move on the next car ahead. Is it seems like DRS is preventing an overtake and being able to keep that position. So, I mean, as soon as you pass the guy, they pass you right back on the second DRS zone.
Absolutely. Now, let me just jump back to the team standings again just to make sure. Yes, Alpha are 4 points ahead right now, and because they are even on points with Racing Point right now, it looks like Alpha have secured this if they can retain these positions.
There they come. He's in the pits. Scotty's in the pits.
Yep, so Scotty gets dibs because he was first on track, so he'll be able to make that undercut work. We've got no one else in the pits, so if Scotty can
Max
do a
misses.
very good outlap, Scotty could even not just jump Shorty here, but also AJ too, if he can get a decent outlap. He's onto the soft tyres. He is going to stretch these tyres to 8 laps. They're going to suck at the end of the race, but they're going to be good until then.
Now Lika makes the first pass, provisional pass against Scotty here. Now this is where the strategy is going to come into play because he's about 9 seconds off from Max. I think he's going to be able to gain another 2, maybe 3 positions from the tire strategy that he went with. We'll just have to wait and see.
We've got a yellow in sector 1 and 2. It's a McLaren.
Simon's out.
Oh, is he off completely?
Yeah, Simon's off. Yeah, after 3.
Safety car. We've got a safety car. No, that's going to hugely affect Scotty. Oh no, he's going to give a free pit stop to all the guys out ahead. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Simon's left, his car is still on track. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of it as we're just riding on board with Rubs. It might disappear before he gets there. Let's see, there it is. He's come off at turn 3, similar to his teammate as his car disappears. Now let's see who pits.
They've got to come in, Robot. They have to come in.
They have to, and this could give Lika the...
Stinson's wide.
This is what Lika needed. If he can speed up a little bit, he may be able to jump 1 or 2, but no, he's too far behind. He's just too far behind as Stinson comes in. They're going to put on the softs and they're going to take these to the end of the race. Now, where is Scotty? Scotty's right behind Lika. Scotty's going to suffer here as well. Oh, no. I think this has gifted Stinson the win. I think Stinson has secured his win here.
I think so. It's going to be all on the stop. Now, how do they come out?
Shorty's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Stinson's out ahead.
Stinson's
AJ's just
out.
come in. That's ahead of AJ. AJ pulls away. Shorty pits. He was serving a 5-second penalty. Let's see if Shorty's going to get taken by Lika. Shorty's just about to go under the bridge. Lika's just going over the bridge now. I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he is. Lika's in 4th. He's got him. Lika's got him.
Look who it worked out for. He's in P4.
Bravo. He did it.
But he's on the mediums, 4 laps old. Everybody's got brand new softs.
So the undercut did not work for Scotty there. And his teammate's going to have fresher tyres, and he's not going to have to wait for them to warm up either because they're going to have at least 2 laps behind the safety car. So everyone in the soft tyre right now, even Max possibly, who's just come out of the pit, oh no, it's Max is in the pits, everyone has been gifted an amazing finish to this race. They're going to be finishing on medium worn soft tyres.
It's basically a restart. I mean,
absolutely. It's like a 5-lap race right now.
Everybody, yeah, it's a 5-lap race. So, I mean, let it loose, boys. Last race of the season. What are you going to do?
Jan saying that he's getting flashbacks for all of the incidents at turn 3. Bounty saying that he's got PTSD from turn 3 as well. It is a tricky corner. You hit those curves and you are gone. If you don't release that throttle before you hit the curves, you are dead. We know that. Now we've got Rubs a fair bit behind here. He's just on the the first back straight right now. There's definitely going to be another lap. I doubt the safety car's coming in this lap. We would have heard about it by now, and we have not. So the safety car's not coming in this lap. That's going to leave just 6 laps to race at the end of this race. And some of these drivers
has got the battle of his life coming up here on this restart with him being on medium tires.
It is. Let's hope he can pull off something amazing. Best thing for Lika, Stinson doesn't get a decent restart this time. He doesn't catch Izat napping. And there's an incident in turn 1. Lika takes first place. Safety car comes out. Lika just crosses the line.
There was ever a commentator curse, guys. Everybody watching, if there was ever a commentary curse, I'm going to put it on a robot. And then at the end of the race, if it happens, I'm going to direct it all to him.
Stinson, we are coming for you. The Great Disturber. Let's see. Santi has come out. Because he left the session, of course, and had to rejoin. He's out in 7th place right now. He could have got a P3 here today. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let's see if it comes in this lap. Everyone's jumped up to the back of the queue, so it will be in this lap unless Codemasters decides to screw us over again. We did see that weird incident in Austria where the safety car said it was coming in, but it actually stayed out because someone spun at the back of the pack, I think. Let's hope something like that doesn't happen again, because we are going to have an absolute amazing end to this race with everyone on fresh rubber, apart from Lika and Mats.
So if it comes in on this lap, Robot, it's going to be the start of lap 23. So they'll have, what, 5 to go when the safety car comes in?
There'll be 6 including 23. They'll have to take those 6 laps. So 23, 24, 25, 26, 28.
Yes, you're right. 6 laps.
So a
6-lap dash to the end. Stinson, Ezat, your champion for this season. AJ returning back, first race in P3, has got a chance to win this. And then Lika in P4, Ferrari having such a bad year, has got all to lose going into the last part of this race.
Absolutely, and right now, if it finishes like it does now, Alpha will secure the team standings, and Stinson will take away P2 from Shorty. There's going to be a huge upset and a huge round of applause for Shorty. And Scotty, of course, but more so for Shorty because he is battling for P2. So here we go, safety car is in this lap. This is where it's all going to happen. It's definitely going to be the safety car restart unless there's another safety car.
I'm so excited. I mean, last race of the season, Robot, and we get a 6-lap restart at the end of the race. Last race, the guys, I think they're just going to go all out here.
Absolutely.
You know Ezat's looking at it. Ezat's got nothing to lose. He's got the champion in the bag. He's got the championship in the bag. I mean, he's got nothing to lose. He can go for it here, throw it into a couple turns, and see what happens.
Yeah. This make or break for Ezat. He could finish on a high in a first place and disrupt Stinson taking that P2 away from Shorty. Let's just quickly see who has the fastest lap. It's still Lika with a 1:38.7, but expect that to be taken with these fresh softs. Here we go, boys. Let's hope Stinson doesn't get an amazing start again because we want to see something happen in the final part of this race. Ezat's just a bit too far behind again. He's letting Stinson just get away. Stinson's pulled away. He's 8 tenths ahead already. Oh no, 5 tenths as they cross the line. Maybe not a great restart. Now let's see if anything happens. We've got an Alpha and Santi battling. Santi looking to make a move, but he's not going to do it just yet. Santi around the outside. They need to be careful as they are now coming up to turn 3. Round turn 2 they go. Let's hope their tyres are warm enough to get them through turn 3. It's looking nice and clean so far. We've got a Mercedes going a little bit wide there, but it's still Scotty ahead of Santi now. Out in front, we've got AJ just 4 tenths behind Ezat. There's not going to be any DRS anytime soon. And we've got Ezat just 6 tenths behind Stinson, but it looks like it's a bit closer. Maybe the game's glitching there. It's 5 tenths now. He's going to get a bit of a tow, but he needs DRS to get an overtake done here, although he's not going to get it until lap 25. Lika's dropped back a second already, showing how those worn tyres are not the greatest tyres to be on the safety car restart.
He's
gone deep. Sure, he's moved up to P4. It's still not enough to secure P2, but it's enough to further secure his team championship.
And here comes Scotty, Robot. Scotty on the tail. Those mediums are just dead, it seems like, going up against those softs.
They are. You can see how much Lika is struggling. He's having to defend very hard here. He's very late on the throttle. You can see that from Scotty's onboard right now, and he's turning in nice and early to make sure he doesn't go wide, which he still does. His mediums, they look like they're just not reheating. He's not managed to kickstart them again.
No, and the softs are on. The softs are on fire right now. They're ready to go.
Absolutely. We know how quickly these softs heat up. Let's not forget there's a lot of penalties. We know Ezat has a fair few penalties, and I think AJ has a little bit less, so we could see something happen again with the penalty and the stewards' decisions at the end of this race. Stinson puts in the fastest lap. He takes that away from Lika. He's set in a 1:38.2. Good job there, Stinson, but Ezat is not letting him get away. He's still just less than half a second behind right now, and we've got Scotty in the Alfa Romeo now pushing Lika again, just 3 tenths behind. I think Scotty is going to get a great exit out of turn 7 at the hairpin, and he's going to jump Lika pretty quickly.
What do you do, Robot, when you're Ezat? You've already won the championship. You're in P2. You're at the end of the race. Do you go for it, or do you say, hey, I'm satisfied, we'll just let Stinson have it?
Well, even if Stinson finishes in P2, he's still currently got enough to claim P2 away from Shorty. We know Ezat is not one to give up on a fight, and he is not one to not win a race, because let's not forget, Lika locks up there as he's going through turn 8. I'll get back to that in a second. Let's just see if Scotty's about to overtake him. Scotty is so close behind. He's not got DRS, but he is going to get a huge tow now as they are coming up to turn 11. Lika's chosen the inside line. Scott is going to try and outbrake him, leaving Lika moving back across the line slightly there, and he's now got the inside line. Shorty's got him. Lika's down in 6th place. Now, what I was saying...
Here comes Santi.
Down the inside, bit of contact between the two.
He's gonna lose Santa, and here comes Tommy! Tommy's around!
Yeah, oh no. Tommy's out. Tommy's out of the race. No, please no safety car. Please no safety car. Virtual safety car.
Virtual safety car.
Right, we've got a virtual. Leaker's not going to pit, otherwise he's going to come out in last place. It's not. He's going to have to stay out on these tyres. Now, while this virtual safety car is out, what I was just going to point out is that, as Rubs up into the points, well done Rubs, is that Izat is fighting Leaker right now for a different championship. He is fighting him for the first driver to get to 1,000 overall points at OFR. Leaker is currently ahead by about 20 points, but because Izat is so consistent in his F1 racing, he could jump him again this weekend. So they are
now,
both
what happens
there.
if they both finish in the points and they both get to 1,000? I mean, is it the guy who finished ahead, or? I
don't know. I think it's just gonna. Yeah, I think it's the guy who finished ahead because he will technically be able to get there first. So it could be Izat, but it's not going to happen this weekend. But it will happen during the off season when we have all of these special events.
Right, now the guys have gone. Izat is 3/10 behind Stinson now as they go down the back stretch.
Oh, we've got a yellow in sector 2. Who is it? I think it was Leaker. I think something happened with Leaker and Max. Izat's taken him! I've missed it! Izat has taken him on the straight! Into
he switches back! Stinson switches back! Here they come!
Oh, there's a little bit of contact between those two, and Izat's going to be able to get it back. He's got DRS! He's close enough, he's less than 3/10. Izat's about to reclaim this. Now, where's Stinson going?
AJ is there as well. AJ's waiting for any kind of a mistake from the two.
Izat's got the inside! And he's got him! Izat's got him! Right, Havoc, if you do not mind, could you quickly just check the penalties for the top 3? I need to reduce this anticipation that I have right now, not knowing what is going on before this top 3. Because Shorty is 1.7 seconds behind, but with these penalties, I think Shorty might actually finish ahead, because I think he only has one 3-second penalty. I could be wrong, but I think that's the way it's going to go.
Stinson's got 3 so far. Izat's got 3 so far. Let's see.
I think if you click the individual driver, you can just see the penalties for that driver in the race director. Ooh, as AJ's getting a little bit slippy as he's going through turn 1 there. Jan, cover your eyes, they're going through turn 3. As they all keep it on track for now, Shorty is still 1.7 seconds behind, but look at Maximus and Leaker. Max is really, really struggling. Leaker's really struggling, sorry, on those medium tyres. Max is going to jump him. Max is going to get DRS, and he is going to jump. Like, and you can see how much faster and how much he can close coming out of the corners, let alone the entry of the corners. But this is Max's chance. Go ahead.
Stinson's only got, I think, 3 seconds, Robot. He's at 9 seconds of time penalties. He's got 9 seconds. AJ could come out P2 here. He's only got 2 penalties. He's at 6 seconds. As long as he stays close, he's going to come up to P2. But we're going to have to take a look at Shorty. Shorty doesn't have any at all. No, he's got a 5-second time penalty.
Oh no. Oh no. So it's all
Shorty's got a 5-second time penalty.
Leaker's looking a little bit glitchy on track right now. Max goes really deep into the chicane at turns 11 and 12. He's going to have to give that position back to Leaker, and it's going to be another lap until Max can claim this. Leaker did everything he needed to there. Oh, Leaker gets really scruffy as he's come out of the corner. Oh, he's moved across in front of Max as well. Max had to lift there to avoid Leaker. I'm not sure what Leaker was thinking there. I think he made a little bit of a mistake, actually. I do not think that was intentional. We've got a yellow in sector 3. It's Rubs. Rubs has spun. He's gone off onto the grass.
Oh, AJ picked up another one, Robot. Oh, no. That's going to give him 9.
Oh, no.
He had P2 in the bag.
Stinson's going to claim first place. And fastest lap. Oh, no.
AJ's going to be heartbroken.
Is Rubs lost his wing? He's spinning everywhere right now. Give me a better camera angle. Come on, Codemasters. It's
either that or it's the tires.
Santi's in the pits and he's retired. What's happened?
It may be internet.
Oh no, Santi. Not like this. Right, moving back up then. It's no safety car. Oh, of course, it's not going to be a virtual safety car. We're on the second to last lap right now.
No, AJ had it in the bag. He had P2 on his return race.
And
that last time penalty just gave it away.
Quickly switch to Max and Leaker. Max has now got the DRS and he's got the overtake done on Leaker. Leaker's tyres are suffering so much here. I think Leaker's going to get challenged by the other Mercedes now as well to help Maximus keep that 6th place currently. Of course, yeah, Leaker's gone a little bit wide there. He's going to have DRS again.
Let's think about this, Robot. Now, Shorty's only got a 5-second time penalty. Izat's got 9 and AJ's got 9. Now, if Shorty jumps both of them, What does that do for the team standings?
That's going to secure the team standings for Alfa Romeo. They're going to take it. And
what does that do for the second place in the driver standings?
It's not going to be enough for Shorty. Stinson's going to take it from him. That's where the true heartbreak lies here. Shorty has had
all Stinson has to do is not spin on the last lap like what happened at Mexico.
Exactly. And he started his final lap now as well. And Lika is now getting challenged by Mats. This is going to be upset. It's going to come down to a last lap showdown. I'm going to jump to Stinson right now to see if he makes any more mistakes, but I think this is looking good.
Oh, Matt's got really scruffy coming out of the last turn in 21 there. It's going to let Lika kind of pull away a little bit.
Now Izat has closed that gap down to less than 0.6 of a second. It's not enough to get an overtake done now. Oh, actually, it might be what yellow in sector 1 and 2. Mats is out! Mats is out of the session at turn 3 again. That has claimed 4 drivers so far. D2 needs to be careful there. Now I'm going to jump back down to Izat because he's right behind Stinson. Someone's taken out the meter boards as well, and they don't have a racing line, so they're going to have to guess where to brake here. It's going to be tough.
He's so close, Robot. He's so close. Here they come.
This is it.
If Stinson holds this off, I don't know how he's done it.
Now, Izat's going to have the inside. Izat's got him! Oh, no! Stinson closes the door. Stinson's done it. Stinson has done it. Mats, Lika's just 5/10 behind Maximus, though. Lika could do a late dive bomb here. It's looking like it's a bit late, though. So, yeah, it is a bit too late, unfortunately. I am going to jump back down to Stinson. He's just coming through turn 17 right now. Now, he's had an amazing season as well. He's had a lot of unlucky moments on track where he's just lost a little bit of focus, but he has come back at the end of this season, won the last 2 races, and I think he's about to secure. Izat picks up another penalty. What does this mean as Stinson comes around now? No. Izat is right behind him, but Izat's going to win. Stinson's going to win. Izat champion of the world. And look at that. AJ jumps Izat. And Shorty jumps Izat too. So, unfortunately,
I mean, and Scotty jumped him.
Right, Alpha have secured P2. Have secured P1 in the team standings. They've done it. Alpha have done it. But unfortunately, Stinson has claimed P2 from Shorty because he finished 4 points ahead.
I think the guys have got plenty to celebrate about. I mean, taking the constructor standings, you can't get Izat on the championship, but they did it on the last race of the season.
Yeah,
Izat lost it. All the time penalties.
Alpha have done it. Alpha have done it. Izat only claimed 10 points for his team there, whereas Alpha claimed, second and fourth. That's 18 and 12. They claimed 30 points. They did every single thing they needed to make sure. Unfortunately, Shorty's been knocked off P2 there by Stinson. So well done, Stinson, for an amazing comeback second half of this season. And what a season overall. What a season.
F1 2020 Robot. I'm excited. I think everybody's excited. I can't wait. What an exciting last race of the season. The guys just always seem to put it on D1.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's been a season-long battle for the driver and team standings. They've never let anything, just get sorted out halfway through. They made sure it happened at the last race of the season. Now, that's it, guys. Season 2 is over for Division 1. We do have the final race of Division 2 with a full grid happening in just 30 minutes' time, so make sure you tune into that. Will be on Twitch, where Lika and BJ Robert are going to be commentating. You can see there, Lika, again, the only driver not to get a single penalty, and he finished in 6th place because of that as well. Now, although Max beat him on track, Lika's consistent driving made sure he claimed that 6th place, so good job there, Lika. And unless there's anything else to say from you, Havoc, let's see you next race in about 30 minutes time.
Yep.